Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a bootable Linux USB drive. Now as you know, Linux is an open source operating system, which means it can be installed on a wide variety of computers, including both Macs and PCs. Now there are several reasons why you might want to have one of these lying around. For one, maybe you have a computer that doesn't have an OS or hard drive installed, and you might want to test it out to see if it works. Or you have Linux installed on your computer, and you want to have one of these as a recovery drive. In both cases, one of these things can be used to both run Linux on your computer or install it on your computer. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, we are going to prepare our USB drive. So as you can see, I got mine right here. You can choose any size that's above 4 gigabytes. This is a 16 gigabyte flash drive, but you can do something smaller if you want. So we're just going to right click on it and we're going to click format, and it can be a quick format. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it like that and we can begin. So once the format is complete, we can now move on to the next step. So you're going to need something called Universal USB Installer, which I will have a link to in the description. And I already have it open, and here it is. So it's a simple little page, and what we are going to do is we're going to select a Linux distro that we want to put on the USB. We got a bunch of options, as you can see. I'm going to choose Linux Mint. That's just one of the many, but you have a big choice. So if you do not have the ISO file on your computer, you're gonna have to download it from the home page, which is what we're gonna do right now. So as you can see, here's the website, and we're just gonna download it. So as you can see, we already have our ISO file, so we're just gonna click on that, and it's green. So since it's green, it's valid, and we are going to now install it. So we have to click on the drive. As you can see, we have it right here, disk 2 untitled. Make sure it's the correct one. Don't accidentally install it on maybe another USB or a hard drive or anything. And we can select a persistent file size for storing changes, which is basically when if you make changes to something on the Linux distro, it'll save it on the USB drive. If we set to 0, then any changes made will be erased when we unplug it, and it'll just be reset. So we're going to set it to 4 gigabytes, which is perfect since this is a 16 gig flash drive. And now we're just going to click create. So after the long and tedious process is over, you will be taken to this screen, and now you can close the app and you can eject the flash drive. Okay, so now we're going to boot from our USB. So it's all prepared, ready to go. We're going to plug it in to an available USB port, and now we are going to shut down our computer. So once it's shut down, we're going to restart our computer, except this time we're going to boot into the BIOS. So on this computer it's F12, however it may depend on what computer you have. So as you can see, it says press F12 to display boot menu. We're going to press F12. Again, it's going to be different depending on what type of computer you have. And as you can see, we're taken to this screen. Please select boot device. We got Windows Boot Manager, which is regular Windows 11, and then we got this one right here, UEFI, and it's going to have the name of our USB. And this is the one we want to boot from for Linux. Now, there is a chance if you try boot from it, it's going to give you an error, so make sure secure boot is off. If it's on, you can change it in the BIOS, but if it's on, it may not boot properly. But anyways, let's get into this. And as you can see, we're taken to a few options right here. So we have Start Linux Mint. We have Start Linux Mint Compatibility Mode, and I guess that's like a secure boot or something. OEM install for manufacturers. Now don't do this one. If you do this one, it's going to install on your computer and it's going to wipe the Windows. Only do this option if if you want to install Linux right away. But we're just going to select Start Linux Mint. We're going to select the top one right here, and it's going to boot from the USB we have plugged in. So you get a line of code. That's okay. Oh, we got one on the other screen. So you're going to get a line of code just like so. You might see some weird little things like that down there. Ignore it. Should open up. So once it's finished, you're going to be taken to this screen right here. It may depend on what type of thing you have. If you have, again, it may depend on like what Linux distro you have, but This one booted straight to the desktop. Now, as you can see, it's full-blown Linux Mint with everything. For some reason, it's on my secondary display instead of my main display here, but whatever. So you can see we got full-blown Linux Mint. We have the option to install Linux Mint, but we're not going to be getting into that. But as you can see, it's full Linux Mint. It's got everything right here. I don't think it's connected to the internet. I think that's something you have to set up, but yeah, full-blown Linux Mint on your computer, running off of this little 16 gigabyte flash drive. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you found this video helpful, then please help out my channel by liking and subscribing and sharing this with anybody else who has a passion for computers. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!